The Hub on Hollywood. I'm James.
I'm Jamie,
and we love movies.
And conventions.
And FANEXPO Boston. That's where
Yes.
we're at right now. That's what we're doing. We are all dressed up and ready. You are a Loki variant.
Of course,
Loki
I am here.
For presidents.
Yes, I've had many a royal subject who has worshipped me, and I'm very happy with that. I haven't had to kill anybody yet, and you are.
I'm trying to avoid any dinosaurs. I am from Jurassic Park.
Look at you. You are all decked out. You are ready.
My khaki shorts ready.
Yes.
We are ready to celebrate not only FANEXPO Boston, but also our 100th episode of The Hub on Hollywood. Thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate the support and the attention. And on this episode, I think it just felt right that, FANEXPO Boston fell onto this episode. It was meant to be.
It was meant to be, and this is amazing. There's so much going on here. We've seen incredible cosplays. We've gotten to interview celebrities.
That's right.
We are going to bring that to you today. And there's just so much fun. There's so much going on. There's Jon Snow walking by us right now. Hi, Jon Snow. Incredible. So join us as we take you through FANEXPO Boston. They're back this year, which we're very excited about. Obviously, we have to wear masks indoors.
Yeah, and it's not really a big deal because for the most part, everybody we've seen has been wearing a mask.
Yeah.
We're used to, again, the movies, the TV show masks that were out here.
Yeah.
A little bit different look this year, but you know what? If this is all that we have to do in order to come out hundreds to show our geek love, then I think that's a little price to pay.
A very little price to pay, and some people have been so creative about it. I saw this magnificent Maleficent who has a mask with the Maleficent's face on it so it looks seamless. It looks seamless, but she is wearing a mask.
Yeah.
So people have gotten just very creative with it. It's a little bit toned down. It's a little bit smaller than previous years.
I'm not entirely complaining about because again, we do want to be safe, and so it doesn't feel like we're being overwhelmed.
Exactly. I feel like this year we've been able to get closer to the celebrities, and we've been able to look at more of the stuff that we love. So it's been a lot of fun, and we're so glad that this is back here in Boston. Brendan Fraser is here.
That's right.
Apparently, he started his career here in Boston. We're going to bring more of that to you.
We'll take a look at that. This is going to be a jam-packed episode, again, with celebrity interviews, with cosplaying. We're going to talk to some cosplayers who are doing a lot of good things for a lot of good causes. And again, we're just here to have a very good time.
And we hope that you're here too. So hopefully we find you. We're here all weekend. So let's show them what we've got.
All right. How does this feel after, having to cancel FANEXPO last year?
Oh, it's incredible. We're so delighted to be back. I mean, you can feel the energy in the room from our celebrity guests to the fans to our exhibitors to all our key partners at the BCEC. Everyone's really delighted to be back, and it feels really, really great. These events are all about community. Our mandate this year is United by Fandom. We discover, celebrate, belong together, and we're really heartened by the feedback we've had from the fans and the support from the community. So we're expecting a really exciting weekend.
First day of FANEXPO, what's going through your head after, a year of not being able to do things like this?
We're back. I mean, I guess this is happening. This is the new normal, and we're going to do our best. We're going to have fun, and we're going to be safe, and we're going to, meet some fans. Let's do this.
And you're coming back with some co-workers, I believe, right?
Yes. Dave Kechter, who played Todd Packer, is here. I think that's the only one right now. I can't speak for the rest of the cast. That's the only one I know for sure because I just saw him in the flesh.
And how often do you hang out with the cast, or at least share text messages?
I probably talk to Angela every week. Oscar at least once a month. It depends. Craig Robinson at least once. It depends. And then sometimes at these fantastic Comic-Cons we get to hang out, fan events. I feel like before COVID we saw each other a little bit more, obviously, like everybody else. Yeah.
So I'm sure out on the street you get recognized everywhere, but it may be a little more difficult with this mask on. Are you concerned that, or maybe even looking forward to be able to blend in with everybody else?
I still get recognized. I feel like I get recognized by the back of my head because I did a lot of what I call backting on The Office. The back of my head was in a lot of, we were all in the same room for 9 years, so I feel like all sides and we're all very recognizable. It's a champagne problem. I've made peace with it a long time ago.
So here we're filled with other nerds, from Star Wars, from comics, from everything else. Is there anything that you nerd out or geek over?
You know what? I kind of love the whole Comic-Con thing. I love people's commitment to like fandom. Mm-hmm. So I love the cosplay. I love like watching people like do their thing and kind of living their dreams. I think it's great. I think it's the perfect expression of life. Like if you love something and you want to do it, do it. I don't know. I feel like everyone has a responsibility to make themselves happy, and Comic-Cons make a lot of people happy.
Yeah, and is this your first time to a big event since the pandemic, or have you?
I've done a couple. Yeah, like in the early like late spring, early summer.
How often do people tell you that they binged watched you the entire pandemic?
Many people. I feel like people didn't want to go. They couldn't go to their real office, so they came to ours, which is it's a high compliment, high praise.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate you talking to us. I really do. I'm not sure if there's a message you want to send out there to the Office fans.
Don't go to work drunk. I don't know. No, but come here. Don't come drunk.
If you work at home, you can be drunk. No one will know.
This is true. This is true. But it doesn't always work out great for everybody. I'm just saying. Be careful. R2, tell me. What's it? Are you R2 or are you a variant? Yeah, because that looks like the real R2 right there. You may be an imposter. No? Okay. I understand. No, but you look great. Thank you so much for being here. All right, well, we'll be back. What do you think about BB-8 over there? All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Any message to the fans? Perfect. Thank you. So it looks like these are the droids we're looking for. What are we looking at here?
These are a number of astromech and some other droids from the movie, all built by hand by members of the R2-D2 Builders Club around New England. So we're from New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Vermont, Rhode Island, Maine, all around the area.
For example, R2, how long does it take from start to finish to complete them?
It all depends how much time you have, how much money you want to spend. You could do a lot of 3D printing now, which makes it much easier, or you can go like a metal frame route, which takes a lot longer, but that costs a lot more money. So you could probably put one together in a couple years. The one that I built, we've been working on it for at least 10 years. There's always upgrades that we're doing, so it takes a while.
Do you have any advice for anybody who sees this and becomes inspired to be either a droid maker or any kind of creator themselves?
Creativity is key. The more creative you can be, the better. Especially with droids like this. Of course, you can go like a standard route and build an R2-D2, but a lot of people have all kinds of different droids. You can do different colors. You can do different heads. There's a lot of different options. So be creative with it.
Since you left Walking Dead, does it feel like you've actually left? Because I'm sure wherever you go, people are always bringing it up and talking about it.
Yeah, well, I've been going to these conventions and everything for about 10 years, so it's I know it's a piece of my life that will never leave, and I'm totally okay with that. It was nothing but an amazing experience. Super lucky to have been a part of it, and it's always fun coming to these conventions and really getting to feel the impact that my character had on the show to people that watched it.
And what is it like coming back to these large events after a year with the pandemic?
It's crazy. It is crazy to come back and be with the fans again after having everything canceled and pushed back for so long. It's so frustrating, but it's fun. It's really fun getting to come back and getting to meet them again. It's great.
And I saw on Twitter during your Q&A, you mentioned how you were interested, correct me if I'm wrong, but in voiceover, in video games, and in cartoons, right? Are you exploring that right now?
Yeah, I've been trying to break into voice acting and being a part of video games for a long time, and As of recently, I've started to kind of break into that a little bit. I can't really talk about it that much, but I'm really hoping that it leads to more opportunities like that. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Now, last question. I'm sure you may get this all the time, but are you tired of people saying coral all the time?
Yeah, it's been about 8 years that I've been getting that shouted at me from across wherever. So, I've just kind of accepted that it's not going anywhere. It is what it is. Yeah.
All right. Lastly, what are you doing next, and where can people follow you?
I'm on all social medias at Chandler Riggs on Twitter, Chandler Riggs 5 on Instagram, and it's right now I've got a lot of projects that I can't really talk about, unfortunately. But when those projects are announced and start to come out, it'll be all over my social media. So just be sure to keep updated. And yeah, that's about it.
Excellent. Well, as a fan, it's a pleasure meeting you, and I'll be here tomorrow and Sunday, so I'm pretty sure you'll be here and again interacting with more fans. So it's great to meet you.
Yeah, great to meet you as well. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Excellent.
Tell us a little about this little movie you were in.
Well, this is the movie right here, The Last Dragon.
Awesome.
It's a film I did when I was 19. Some people say it's the iconic martial arts film.
All right, it is definitely a cult classic. I cannot tell you how many times I have watched it. It's a little embarrassing, but I love it so much. Were there plans for another one? Because I feel like this has to happen.
The rights, it's all about the personal, property, and the rights to the film. So that was with Sony for a very long time. There's rights moving around to the writer and to Sony. So it looks like something might happen now because that happened last year when the rights started moving around a little bit.
Well, that's really exciting. Could Timok be a part of the MCU maybe even?
That's a possibility, yeah.
You think so? I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
Sure thing.
So I do a little bit of, I've done a little bit of Aikido over the years. Tell us a little bit about your martial arts.
Show me your Aikido, show me.
Well, okay. Well, do you want to grab me?
Don't hurt me, no.
Yeah, so a little bit of, a little bit of that. Oh, I'm sorry.
So strong, that Cuban power. Yeah.
Don't sue me. Anyway, tell us a little bit about your martial arts and, how that kind of got you into this.
Well, my father he's a singer, then he became an artist. And as a kid, he put me and my brother in karate when we were very young. And then I competed a lot through the years. And then I'm a New York kickboxing champion. And then all of a sudden, my friends told me to try out for this film. That's how it all started.
Awesome. And you're still doing martial arts today?
Yeah, I had a bad injury, so I'm getting over it. It took many years, but it looks very good. I know it'll be done this year.
Awesome. Well, it's good to have you here. How do you feel like after COVID, like being back on the scene, on these conventions? I know you do a lot.
I don't stop COVID or anything. You got to keep doing things. You got to keep growing, keep learning, keep progressing, Awesome. So, COVID, you have to stay safe, but you got to keep doing your thing.
Great. Any other message you've got for the folks out there?
I'm at I am Timok right here on Instagram, and I'm always posting anytime I'm anywhere. That's where to find me.
Awesome. All right, and they can also find you on the Hub on Hollywood this week, and it's going to be awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Yes, thank you, Loki.
Donkey would help find friends. George called Shep. Shep! Hey, boy!
You came back from the desert with a new friend, didn't you, Danny?
I'm sorry, am I reacting too much for you? FANEXPO Boston, make some noise for Mr. Brendan Fraser!
Hello, Boston!
So good to see you.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Welcome to Boston. We obviously have a lot of questions we're going to get to, but my first question is sort of what I said before I brought you out here. This word, Renaissance. React. The fact that you have an entire movement named after you. What is your reaction to Renaissance?
I should take up painting on the ceiling or something. I'm flattered. Not quite sure what to do next, but I better reinvent myself because that's what a Renaissance is, isn't it?
It would be, what would be on that painting? It would be like Cliff touching Rick O'Connell in the clouds in heaven or something. Or what would that be, that painting?
Man, you have a crazy sense of decor, dude.
You should see my house.
I don't, I'm good. All right, that's fine. Yeah.
Of course, we're all very excited by the recent news. Killers of the Flower Moon. We're filming that in Oklahoma, correct? What is it like to get a phone call from Martin Scorsese? What is that moment like?
I was excited.
Do you jump right into calling him Marty? Or
That's a fair question. Yes, is the answer. You do, but you have to feel like you've earned it. So it took me maybe a few warm-up takes or something like that my first day. And he is like this enthusiastic wizard who is just cooking up something fun to do all the time. He loves actors. He loves the process. And I swear, it feels like you're working with, still, to this day, the next new hot director coming up. I mean, that's the enthusiasm that goes into what he does. And it's infectious. So me and Marty go way back.
Fan of yours since School Ties, which I thought you were incredible in. That was the first movie that left an impression. Any stories you can tell us, being that was filmed in Massachusetts?
It was the first film I ever made for the big screen. I have such vivid recollection of making it at the time of the year, being here in Massachusetts and Boston. It all felt like we were part of a film that was going to launch these ambitious, like 7 or 8 guys' careers. And so we had the highest hopes, and we also were realistic. It could bomb. We didn't know. But I have a real soft spot in my heart every year when I start seeing the leaves change color. I remember the trees primarily, to tell you the truth. Yeah. This season means a lot to me. It's quite sentimental. That was 30 years ago, where I started my career here in Boston. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
How does it feel to have all these people kind of worshiping you? I mean, I see a lot of Bembridge scholars in this room.
I feel the love.
You do? All
I do.
right.
And thank you for that.
I mean, do you feel like do you ever get like, this is kind of weird, or like, people are kind of taking it too far, or do you just take it,
You know, I'll answer your question. Just recently, and I'm not real big on social media. Forgive me for that. I'm a Luddite, apart from the Zelda thing. I did a meet and greet at a con, and it went onto TikTok, and I had a nice little chat with this lovely woman called Lindley. I learned her name, and that kind of it was big. I'm told.
You were kind of choking
Yeah,
up.
I backed into that. Was I? I don't know. I felt like
I mean, people say
she was so sincere.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. And it let me know that I guess I just wasn't aware that there's that much support. I appreciate it very, very much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, you have a good day, all right?
Thanks. Does it ever blow you away that certain movies from your filmography seem to be gaining new appreciation or new fans or younger fans. It's being passed on to a younger generation. Is this a surreal experience that people are like, yeah, that one was my favorite one?
Time and again, I'm hearing that I was a part of many young people's childhood, and that means a great deal to me. I mean, that film, George the Jungle, madcap, wacky, good fun. I understand it was like a babysitter's favorite on VHS, and a lot of moms liked it. Now all those moms' kids are now grown up and have kids of their own who want to let me know that it was meaningful to them. I think it has to be a rollover generational thing, you know. I don't want to look backwards through the telescope at everything and you know, put it too far away. But I think with a second look, whether I was in it or not, I think I was lucky to be a part of a lot of pretty good films that still hold up today. So maybe that explains it.
Yeah. Yeah.
FANEXPO Boston with none other than Billy West. What's going through your head right now? What does it feel like coming back to, I guess, this kind of sense of normalcy, seeing everybody back in large numbers?
Well, I grew up in Boston. I'm from here originally, so I love it that everybody's so happy and in a good mood. It's refreshing, you know, because when you're driving in your car and you look over at somebody else driving, they look at you and go, like that, you go, what? What did I do? I looked at you. Yeah.
I'm originally from Los Angeles, and so I moved over here 2 years ago, and the first thing I noticed was that when you're driving around them and then they mess up, and then you get mad at them, they get mad at you for getting mad at them.
That's right.
Masshole kind of culture over here, right?
It's like that everywhere. Nobody will own anything.
So I have to say, Futurama, one of my favorite shows ever growing up. Do you get stopped on the street on a daily basis talking about that, or just any other shows you've been on?
Well, I mean, I did Ren and Stimpy, and I'm still doing the M&M's commercials, and I do Disenchantment, and, you know, I mean, I keep busy.
And what is, I guess I'm not sure if you have a favorite, but a favorite role or favorite character you've done throughout the years?
I wish I could say that, but I was very lucky. I had so many opportunities to do these very rich characters, and I wanted to bring everything I could to it. So they're kind of all my favorites.
Your voice, very unique. In the voiceover world, you're very well known, of course. What do you do to maintain your voice and to elongate your career?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No, I'm blown out from yelling. Right now, I'm blown out.
Oh, let's see. Well, what would your message be to your fans that come out here, again, for the first time, many for the first time coming out to a large event like this? Any message to the fans?
Vote no on question 2. No, I don't know.
Is that the California recall?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Vote no. I'm not political. Come down. Come here. Come anywhere.
Excellent. Well, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
Thank you so much.
You're here at FANEXPO in Boston. Really quick, how are you liking Boston?
Well, as much as I've been able to see, I love it. But really, I only get to see something when I go out to dinner because we're here all day. But what I've seen, I really enjoy Boston. You've done a good job with your city.
So when fans are coming over here to sign autographs, or for you sign autographs for them, what are the most common roles that they come up to you with?
Todd Packer from The Office, because he's such a sweetheart, and Champ Kind from Anchorman. Those are probably the two most popular.
I'm sure you get this asked all the time. Is there another Anchorman movie in the works?
Not that I know of. Do Have you heard something?
No, but I would recommend you in a heartbeat.
Well, thank you, sir. I'd have to be in it if there was a third one. Come on.
So.
Yes.
The Boston vibe. Can you even tell there's a different vibe from
I will tell you this, absolutely. I remarked Friday night, I was like, this town has a great vibe. It really does. It's a cool city. I lived in Chicago for years, and it reminds me of that. Yeah.
I've been to Chicago once during the winter time, and the winters over there can be really harsh. I'm originally from Southern California, 2 years over here, and I realized very quickly that us Californians have very thin skin when it comes to the weather.
I have thin skin when it comes to conversations. I grew up in Missouri, so I know what cold is and humidity is. It's funny, one of my daughters thinks she wants to go to school in the Midwest. I'm like, you have no idea what you're in for. We'll see.
Yeah, excellent. Well, David, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're the best.
You promised your girlfriend dinner tonight. Make sure you do it.
We're going to go somewhere fancy. All right, that was FANEXPO Boston. We had an amazing time. Thank you so much for joining us for our 100th episode.
Yeah, it was great, James. What were some of your favorite parts? And I'll tell you some of mine.
Well, definitely catching the Brendan Fraser Q&A.
Yeah,
he was very, I don't know, he's very emotional. You could feel
and sincere.
the love and support and his reaction from all of that. Just finished talking to Billy West for Futurama, Ren and Stimpy, Disenfranchisement.
Okay.
I believe that's it.
Yeah, and apparently the M&Ms from the M&M commercials.
So that was a great interview. But you also got a pretty good interview yourself.
I just met one of my heroes, one of my cult classic heroes, Timok from The Last Dragon, and I got an autograph. Apparently, I have the glow, James,
yes,
and I definitely do after meeting Timok. But just seeing all the cosplays, finally being able to come out and share the love for everything. It's been a great time. It's been a great time for the Hub on Hollywood and for FANEXPO Boston.
Absolutely. And if you were here at FANEXPO Boston, go ahead and share your photos of your cosplay, of interviews, or any merch that you bought. Comment down below. Again, give us a heads up. Give us a follow. Give us a heads up. Everything. We appreciate the support, and hopefully we'll see you for another 100 episodes for the 200th
That's
episode
right.
of the Hub on
That's right.
Hollywood.
Back at the FANEXPO again. So this was so much fun. And until then, James, I'm Jamie.
I'm James.
See ya.
Bye.
Time out.
All right.